Amazing. So, what is it that you really want to manifest? What are you calling in? What is that big vision that you want to see happen next? And if you're open, share it in the comments because you never know who's watching. You never know who's reading your comments and who might be looking for what it is that you have to offer. So the question is, what is it that you want to manifest? And what's that big vision that you're calling in? Now, often when I work with my clients, we set a vision 1 year out, and sometimes we set a vision like 90 days out or even 30 days out, right? And this is the practical side. So I like to combine the practical and the spiritual in the work that I do with clients, because it's really a balance of that duality, and we're seeing the two come together like never before. So that really excites me. So the past few weeks for me have been a journey. I have birthed a new vision, a vision that I'm really excited about that I'll be sharing a little bit later. But there's been a lot of twists and turns in the journey. Hands, if you can relate, or give me a little thumbs up if you can relate to that. But now, and actually, I noticed starting on 3/23/23, so March 23, 2023, just 3 days ago, there was a big energetic shift. So I'm really tuned into the energies. Like I said, the energies on the planet. And I'm just curious if there's any other energy workers here or any other healers here. You will notice when the collective energy shifts. Now in Los Angeles, it was actually a little bit crazy. It was like 8 a.m. It was raining, like just buckets and buckets of rain here. And people were acting a little crazy. Like I noticed like cars were driving crazy and people were honking, and there was a big shift. And that's because things are kind of shifting around and swirling around. So you may notice that they're starting to settle now. At least this is in my case. This is what I've been observing. And I wonder if you're feeling the same, but I can feel new opportunities coming on in and dropping into place. And it's like just taking that really deep breath and noticing that things and the energy is starting to settle. So there may have been highs and lows, as there always are in business and in life, and some rain, and actually lots of rain here in California. If you're up and down the West Coast, it's been crazy here. And I actually love the rain, but we never have rain like this. And now there are some rays of light that are starting to shine through, right? I even know other places in the country where there's just been buckets and buckets of snow. So just been wild, right? The weather has been really wild. But the lows thankfully went quickly. And the most important thing is that even though there are setbacks in your journey, in your entrepreneurial journey, the most important thing is that you don't give up and that you remain true to your vision. And this is what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I had a big setback. I was really frustrated, like extremely frustrated, because things weren't going the way that I planned. And I love this as an example because I think this is something that you can probably all relate to. Things just were not settling. I thought that things were lining up, and turns out they were not lining up. And so there was a big setback. There was a little bit of frustration, but luckily within an hour, and this is what happens when you get really good at the art of manifesting, you can shift and you can recalibrate, and you don't let the lows drag you down. You don't let the setbacks drag you down. You know that they're just temporary, and you can remain really true to your authentic vision. So let's think about you. How do you want that vision to be? So now I want to get into the feeling, and this is the really important part that I want to share with you today in this live training about manifesting. And if you're liking a live at this time, please let me know, because for me, the weekends are just so much more laid back. It's almost like an easier time to hop online with you and to share with you. So let me know if you are enjoying the live being at this time, okay? So I know it might be late for some. Oh, Carrie's in Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about is like, how do you want things to feel? So I was in my Pilates class today and I was thinking about this. Whenever I'm in, and do we have anybody here that does Pilates or yoga? I'm also a certified yoga teacher. Um, it always feels really good when I'm in my Pilates class or when I'm on the yoga mat, right? So like, how do you want things to feel? So although a lot of times we're really focused on the end result and we're really focused on the money or the achievement or what we're trying to accomplish, the true alignment comes when we recognize, and the real art of manifesting is recognizing that we're actually after the feeling, right? And so how much time are we spending feeling joyful, feeling connected, feeling really, really good? So the next time you start to think about your manifestations and what you want to create and why, so like what your why is, I want you to really think about those qualities and those feelings that you are calling in. And I use the word calling in a lot. And that's because we call things in from the universe. We draw things in and we attract things that we want. We don't chase things, right? So conscious manifestors don't chase, we attract. Okay. So now I want to talk about this awesome, gorgeous opportunity. And I think Carrie already knows about it. That I'm hosting this beautiful retreat. And that's a big thing that I've been manifesting because I've taught hundreds and hundreds of workshops. And then, during the pandemic, online workshops, then I launched my e-courses. And I'm really craving the opportunity to be back out in the world again, to adventure, to connect with other successful, inspired, like-minded women, other visionary women. And so I've decided to offer, and I've got my little flyers here. I'm super excited. I just got them printed from my local printer, the Dream Retreat. And the Dream Retreat is an opportunity to dream, create, and mainly restore with me on a beautiful island in the south of Greece. Hold on, my son is coming out. I'm on a live right now and I'm recording.
Okay, but can I do something?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Can I watch a movie and eat at Liam's house?
Not right now.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. No, and the dog will get let out. Sweetheart, hold on. I have a 9-year-old. Okay, honey, you need to you can't go out that way and you have to listen to daddy, not me right now. I'm on a live. Okay, so maybe not the evening, the Sunday night lives. No, just kidding. Okay, so the Dream Retreat. And if you're like a mom, maybe you really want to go and you want to restore and you just want to have some time. Like we need to take time for ourselves, time to imagine how we want our business to be, how we want our life to be. And I'm just really grateful that I can do that, as an entrepreneur. So it's going to be in the south of Greece, and somewhere it's just a little island between Italy and Greece. And it's a gorgeous pool overlooking a beautiful, the Ionian Sea, a white sandy beach. And we're going to be doing some restoratives to reset the nervous system and to allow those big visions and those inspired thoughts to really come in. So here's an exercise you can do today in this manifestation session. I want you to think about your manifestation, and I want you to think about how do you want to feel leading up to the manifestation. So for me, how do I want to feel leading up to September when I host this gorgeous retreat? Well, right now, I'm waking up and I'm feeling like excited every day. I'm envisioning what I'm going to get to experience with these other women. I'm envisioning how I'm going to lead the group and how I'm going to have other experts that I truly adore come in and share their gifts with everyone. And then, so like, what is that quality? And try to put a word to it. Try to put a word to that quality, okay? The next thing that I want you to do is think about how do you want to feel during your manifestation. So what it is that you're manifesting, how do you want to feel during it, right? And I could relate this to so many things. I'm relating it to the retreat right now, but I could also relate it to the apple tree that we planted this weekend. Okay, so how do you want to feel during? Okay, so the retreat, it's like for me, I want to feel connected. I want to feel that that like sisterhood, And I also want to feel for sure restored. That's a huge one for me. You might have other words and drop them into the comments because I love to call in these very specific qualities. So it's like in yoga, sometimes they ask, like, how do you want to move through your practice? How do you want to move through your day? And then the next step is, how do you think you're going to feel after? You've achieved it. You've hit your achievement. You've hit your goal. Now, I know a lot of really successful women or really high level women that have hustle to get to their goal. So it's not enjoyable, that energy, that hustling energy. Then they get to it and they're like, okay, check, I did it. It's like a quick rush or a quick dopamine hit. And then boom, they're crying and they're sobbing and they're unhappy because they've accomplished their vision, right? So how do you want to feel after? So like after the retreat, I can tell you, I'm not going to be crying. I'm not going to be, at least I don't think I'm going to be, unless I'm just sad to say goodbye to the island. But I'm going to be taking my restored energy, my inspiration, my unlocked creativity, whatever downloads that have come through during the time that I spent networking with these incredible women. And then I'm going to take those inspired thoughts, then I'm going to take those inspired actions, and I'm going to take those back to my business, and I'm going to take the deep learnings back into my everyday life. So it's really a life transformation. And that's how we can look at any manifestations, whether it's something small that we're trying to achieve, like a month-long goal, or whether we're trying to manifest this really big vision. So amazing. I hope that you enjoyed this exercise that I've shared with you this evening. I'm going to take a quick look at the comments and see if any questions came through. So if you have any questions about anything that I said this evening, please let me know. Have a couple more minutes before I hop on a call with a client. So right now I have several women that are rising up and deciding to step into their highest vision. I do have a bonus available for anyone that is thinking about joining the retreat within like the next 12 to 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and say 24 hours because I'm just sharing that with this group. But it's really about 12 hours and I'm going to be, I won't have the same bonuses on the table. Women who are ready to feel restored, who are choosing to embrace that new energy coming onto the planet, and who are done with chasing, done with following like all the different strategies, and who are really ready to just hone into their vision and let intuition be your guide on how to make money. And I'm going to talk about that in another live training with you, because that's something that I'm really, really good at, is building out these different income streams by following my intuition. So if you are ready to call in your highest expression, I just want to encourage you. I know that you can do it. And if the dream retreat really excited you and really resonated with you, then I would just welcome you to DM me to see if that would be a good fit for you this September. So thanks so much for watching, and it was great to see you. Thanks for hopping on, Carrie, and everyone else that watched, and I'll catch you again probably next Sunday evening.